Hey guys, today we're going to be building a YouTube transcript automation system that extracts and summarizes any video content into structured insights. Complete n8n implementation with 5 nodes, 3 API integrations, and full error handling. I'm Angel Rodriguez and I help solopreneurs, content creators, and builders automate tasks using tools like n8n and custom code as well. So let's dive into this workflow. As you can see, let me zoom out a little bit. You can see there's only 5 nodes, so this is a very straightforward workflow. And I created like a short description of the workflow over here. As you can see, the problem we're going to be solving is that valuable insights in YouTube videos are hard to access efficiently because it requires a lot of viewing time, right? And our time is very constrained. Some of us work, some of us have stuff to do with our time rather than watching videos. And the solution, I mean, right now you're watching a video, but I mean, with this, you'll be able to automate it. So the solution is basically automating a workflow to extract, summarize, and deliver key takeaways from videos in minutes, right? You can build this exact workflow in 20 to 30 minutes, but I have a free template that you can just download and import into n8n. It's on my Substack, so you can follow me there, and I already have a lot of guides. I have like 7 workflows already completely free that you can also download, and you can see the full step-by-step implementation with screenshots on how you can basically do them if you want to. So what are going to be some of the key benefits that you're going to get out of this? So this is going to reclaim hours spent watching industry videos. It delivers, professional, actionable summaries for fast decision making, and it turns any YouTube video into a searchable, referenceable knowledge asset, right? So what are going to be the requirements? The requirements are going to be n8n. It can be cloud or self-hosted. I'm using the self-hosted version right now. And you also need Apify, which is the platform we're going to be using to extract what's going to be the transcripts from the videos. And you will need OpenAI API access. And optional, it's going to, Slack, that's going to be, it can be replaced with, if you want the insights to be delivered via email or any other messaging platform, that's going to work as well. We just chose Slack because I usually work with Slack. So let's jump right in. So we have the first node, which is going to be the YouTube video URL. This is going to be like a form submission node, and it's only going to take a full URL as input, right? So if we execute this step, right, we're taken to this page, and we need to pass what's going to be a full URL of the video that we want to actually summarize. So I chose a video from a YouTube channel I was watching recently. It's basically Claude Sonnet 4 versus Opus 4. These are 2 LLM models from Anthropic, and I personally use Sonnet a lot. So this was a very interesting video, so I'm going to grab what's going to be the URL, and I'm going to pass it on to the form. I'm going to submit that. And here you can see, okay, let me open this, that the full URL has been passed and it's already in the workflow, right? So this is going to be like the first step of the workflow. I provided also, what's going to be a sample input. Your video ID is going to change depending on the video. And then the second step is going to be the Apify actor that we're going to be using for the transcript extraction. The Apify actor I'm using is this YouTube transcript scraper. It's a relatively cheap scraper, $7 per 1,000 videos. I find this is a very good deal. It has a bunch of users, and I've been using it for like 2 weeks already. So I think it's a pretty good, solid scraper so far. And what you want to do is you want to go into integrations. You want to go to use API endpoints. And there you are going to look for the run actor synchronously and get dataset items. This will run the actor to begin the crawling. It's going to get the results and it's going to provide those results inside our workflow. So you want to use this specific API endpoint. So let me go back to the node. This is going to be an HTTP request node. And we're going to put that URL in here. And we're going to pass as JSON what's going to be the video URL, which is going to be this value that we already passed to the form submission, right? So we're going to execute this step. Here we go. Now it's beginning the act, firing the actor, starting the actor and crawling what's going to be the transcript. So my credentials were not passed. Oh, so I don't have the credentials included. Let me go ahead and copy what's going to be the endpoint really quick. So this one should have the credentials. I'm going to change them, obviously, because they're going to be visible. So let me run this. It's supposed to run now. There we go. So we have the full transcript. And as you can see, there's a lot of text that's going to be very irrelevant, especially the start and dur fields, the start and duration. That's completely irrelevant. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a transcript cleaning process. For this, we're going to use the code node. So as you can see, this is the code, this is JavaScript that we're using to basically grab that transcript data and clean it off and basically, create a simple string that removes what's going to be the start and dur timestamps, because that's not going to be relevant for us right now, because what we want to do is extract the insights at the lowest cost possible. And with doing this, basically you reduce token usage by 60 up to 75% in some cases. So it's going to be way cheaper to run this small snippet of code and basically clean the transcript, right? So now that the transcript is completely cleaned, we're going to go and use the OpenAI summarization node, right? This one's very straightforward. We're going to use GPT 4.1, which is one of the newer models. It's not that expensive, and it's fairly capable. Not as good as O3 in my experience, but it definitely does summarization job fairly good. So we're going to use that one. And here's the system prompt as well. I'm going to open this so you guys can see a little bit of the system prompt. So an advice that I have when working with LLMs and n8n and any LLM, please provide the prompts in Markdown. That's going to be way better for readability for the LLM. So the tasks are going to be performed way better with Markdown. So we're going to run this. We already have what's going to be the full transcript. If I put JSON here, I can see there's a full transcript already created. And what we want to do is extract insights from it. So let's look at the prompt really quick. Analyze the provided transcript and generate a summary that adheres strictly to the following Markdown format. Do not add any conversational text or preamble, right? A one sentence summary, distilling what's going to be the entire video's message into a single powerful hook sentence, key takeaways where the AI identifies what's going to be the 3 to 5 most critical points, arguments, or actionable tips from the transcript, and present these as a bulleted list, right? So, and also a concluding thought. It's going to be like a concluding paragraph, 2-3 sentences. So there's that. Also, sometimes when calling the OpenAI, endpoints, there might be errors, and this is something that you also need to do with the HTTP request for Apify. The n8n provides a very simple way of error handling, and you go here to settings, right? You can put always output data. What this means is that you will output a single empty item when the output would have been empty. This prevents the workflow finishing if it for some reason causes an error in that specific node. So this basically is like bypassing that error in the workflow in the node, and it basically forces the workflow to continue even though it didn't receive any data, right? And then the most important one is retry on fail. If active, the node tries to execute again when it fails, right? So we want to put that on. So it's on. The max tries, you can put 3. Wait time in milliseconds, that's 1 second. For this one, we're going to put 5 seconds. And now we're going to execute this and wait for GPT 4.1 to create what's going to be the analysis, and there we go, super fast. Let's look at this in a more readable format. Comparing Claude Opus 4 and Sonnet 4 advanced AI content generation for SEO and HTML optimized articles. Claude Opus 4 and Sonnet 4 both deliver high-quality HTML-rich, SEO-optimized articles for modern content creation, but each offer distinct strengths in formatting, content depth, and workflow efficiency. And as you can see, there's more in there. So pretty good. And then we are going to deliver what's going to be the summary that we just created. It can be Slack, it can be email, it can be any messaging service that you prefer. So for this instance, we're going to be using Slack. I work with Slack a lot in my job, in my day job. So I'm very used to working in Slack. So that's why I chose Slack. You can choose email, even Telegram. And then we're going to execute this step. So let me open the Slack node really quick. I'm going to pass the information to a channel I already have that's called Context Generator. And if you guys want, I can definitely create a video on how you can connect Slack, because it's a little bit confusing to n8n. We can definitely cover that as well. And on message type, it's going to be a simple text message, and we're going to pass the content. So we're going to execute this, and there we go. It was successfully sent to the Slack channel. And let me open the Slack channel really quick so you guys can see. There we go. So this is the analysis made on the video. As you can see, you have the 1-sentence summary, you have the title, you have key takeaways, and a concluding thought, right? So that's it. It's a very straightforward workflow. I find it very useful. It's very cheap to run. 1,000 results for $7 for scraping the transcript, and then GPT 4.1, which is something like, I think it's something like $2 for every million tokens of input, something like that. Super cheap. And we're doing the cleaning of the transcript as well with code, so that basically reduces token usage as well. And then there's going to be some common errors that you might find when delivering this. Maybe the API key is wrong. Maybe there's data formatting issues, and there's logic. Make sure to check out those notes. And then if you like the video, this is basically my first video here. So, a subscribe will help, a like, thumbs up. And if you want more guides, I'm going to be writing a lot on Substack. So there's going to be a lot of free templates there. So make sure to follow me on Substack. It's going to be angelsant.substack.com. So make sure to follow. The complete workflow is going to be there as well, completely free. So yeah, Let me know what other workflows you want me to cover in the comments as well. I'll be happy to, create some sample workflows and even share some of my personal ones with you guys. All right, so take care. Hope you like the video.